I am Chris Lord-Alge, and welcome to Mix LA. This is my studio in beautiful Los Angeles. You are here with me at the CLA Song Competition. We are here at the wrap-up. We've picked the winners. We've mixed the song. We're going to discuss the process of doing the mixing for the winner of the CLA Song Competition. Talk about what made the song, appealing to me. I was really impressed, A, with her vocal and the way she told the story, and also by the band and the production. But the thing I liked about it was the big left turn in the bridge that went more Beatles, and the fact that they weren't afraid to use a little bit of a production technique to make it happen. So that's one of the things that draw me to it. But the groove and the tightness of the groove and making that work, that's what pulled me together with the song. Let's talk about how I changed their mix. The first thing is the vocal clarity and how clean I can get it in the track, and how I can get it so it's not too affected, but affected enough where it's exciting. That's the first thing. The second thing is just what I naturally go for drum-wise. I have a certain way I hear the drum bass package. So I took their samples, I added my samples, their live drums, what I normally would do. And the good thing is that by having the recording be good to begin with, it was really helpful. And then just the guitar approach and the dynamic approach to the song, I took a little bit differently than what they were doing. My stuff is max pan. It's like there's nothing kind of in the middle. I just have the vocal, kick, and snare and bass. I need it to be exciting like stereo. You got two speakers, man. Spread it. Let's talk about what plugins did I use. Well, plugins on the way in, of course. I have plenty of original analogs here, but I tend to use like my limiters. And then I use my signature plugins for like telephone effects, or just the reverb in my signature plugins is so simple, I want to build it into some of the drums sometime or some of the vocal background vocals. So there's plenty of others. There's Renaissance EQ, there's L1, L2s I use. Even I experiment with the bass or vocal tracker sometimes to fix some spots. Even the max bass. What was I actually using on individuals? Definitely on the bass, because I like my plugin, I use it just to add sub. Rather than add low end on EQ, I just put my plugin on it on the way in, print it with the sub fader. I use that to generate like the extra octave. And I've been using that for a while. It really works for me. Then on the overheads and rooms, I'll use the drum plugin that I have. And I'll just use some of the compression built in there because I don't know how it sounds in the box for some reason is different than anything I can create. So I'll use some of the presets overhead and room just to get it started. And then kick and snare I'll do over here. Then let's get to the vocal. I'll definitely use my Bluey and an L2 on top of it, just lightly tapping it. Now, you'll ask, well, you got the original Bluey in your room. Why are you using it on the way in? Well, it kind of makes it have more of an analog sound, plus the L1 just compacts it and gives me more upfront gain. So I think on the vocals, I use the API EQs also, just to roll off a little bit of 100, add a little 5K. And I think on the backgrounds on this, I actually used the Helios because I'm pretty hooked on that. And the thing about that is that the frequency curve is different than anything I have. So when I just add top on it, it sounds different than the console. I can't recreate that. And it has this low mid effect because that's the way the desk was, that it has a weird curve and I can't really cop that with anything else. So it really makes an upfront thing with the low mids and the backgrounds. And then the top end is just different than the 8K or the 5K or the 3K that I can boost off the desk. So I definitely use that on the backgrounds, and I kind of use that a lot. I use that. Sometimes I'll use it on keyboard, strings, or drums because the EQ is so different. So yeah, Helios got to play on that song for sure. There's no, okay, push these faders up, EQ it that way. No, there's no technical answer for it. The answer is, when you hear a song on the radio and it does something, make the song you're mixing do that. When you hear a song you like that goes wow, well, make yours go wow. There's no pattern, there's no, okay, the bus goes up, this goes up, just take a ruler and just push everything up. No, it doesn't work that way, because the level doesn't actually jump, the energy jumps.